Welcome to the Good Times We Share. Today we're going to be sharing with you a very simple, easy and tasty cake recipe. So today we're making 1,000 layers cake. We hope you're going to enjoy it as much as we do. So the first step to this recipe is we're going to get 450 ml of milk and bring it to a boil with half a pot of vanilla. Next, we're going to get a nice big bowl, add in 6 egg yolks, 150 grams of sugar and a pinch of salt, and we're just going to mix all this well together. So making sure all the sugar gets absorbed into the yolk, we'll just whisk it for a few minutes. And after that is done, we're going to introduce 30 grams of all-purpose flour. Just pass it through a sieve to make sure there are no particles. And immediately we'll introduce 15 grams of powdered sugar. So we're going to fold the sugar and the flour into our egg yolk mixture. And once that is done, we'll bring the 450 ml of milk that we had boiled earlier, and having it cooled, we're just going to mix it in there. Once this mix is done, we'll bring it to a pot, get a nice sizable pot, and cook this on low heat, making sure to stir the entire time so that it does not stick to the bottom. Once you have a consistency of this sort, leave it to cook for about 15 minutes in the pot, and then get a nice big bowl, line it with some plastic wrap, and just put it in there. Once you put it in the bowl, let it rest for about 2 hours in the fridge. Minimally, you can leave it even overnight so that the cream can set and the flavors can get well absorbed into each other. After 2 hours, this is what you get to have. You have something that looks like this. So next, we leave that to set. Then we are going to get our puff pastry, cut it into 3 parts because we want 3 layers. And I have linked a link to a video in the description that shows you how to make the puff pastry if you want to make it from home, or you can buy it from a supermarket. So once you've laid out your puff pastry, just make some holes with your fork. This helps it bake better. Then you're going to line it into your oven pan and bake it at 180 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. But you should make sure you always check it from time to time because depending on your oven, it might bake in less or more time. As we do that, we prepare our sugar. Once it is baked to this point, we're going to get some powdered sugar and just sprinkle it on top, making sure each and every area has got some sugar. And then we're going to put it back into the oven for about 1 to 3 minutes, just until our sugar is melted. So this is what it should look like. And it looks lovely. I feel like eating it just now, but we have to finish our cake. So once this is done, this is the part where now the name of the cake starts to make sense. So what you do is you're going to remove your oven paper, if you were using some like I did, and then you're going to cut off all the edges, which reveals the layers, the many layers that the pastry has, which makes the cake be called 1,000 layers cake. So as you can see in the sides, you can see a whole lot of layers. That's what we want to do with each and every piece. And make sure you preserve what you cut off because you can use it for decorating on top. So the next step is we get back to our cream. After setting it aside, it becomes more dense and more solid. So we have to whisk it for like a few minutes until we have that nice cream that we can pipe. So it's looking lovely with the vanilla seeds in there. So once we have it in our cream state, we're going to put it into our piping bag. So if you have a piping bag of this sort, or if you are using just a plastic, you can use whatever it is you have. So in terms of layering, we start with our puff pastry, and then we're just going to put some cream on top in this way, making sure when you start piping the cream on top of your puff pastry, you do not put it at the edges, because once you put on another layer, it might start falling to the sides, which might make it look not so good. So the seeds are looking amazing in there. That's what you should have. Once that is done, you put on another layer of puff pastry. So when you squeeze it down like this, it shouldn't start falling over. The cream should still be holding in place. So you do the same thing even on the next layer. And then you put another one and press it down. So this is what you should have. This is our cake. It looks amazing. It looks lovely. And you can even garnish it with some powdered sugar on top, but you can eat it this way. This can stay up to 3 days in the fridge and it will still be good to eat. Buon appetito a tutti. Until next time, it's bye bye.